Hey y'all, I wanted to just do a quick video of the way that I'm doing the face mask, just because the ones that they sent out for the hospital grade, to me, it's very cumbersome. So I ran across something online. I can't find it now where I originally saw it, but I remembered it, and so I'm just gonna do a video real quick. You guys don't have to do it this way, but for me it was a lot easier, okay? All right, so this is the same, the Deaconess pattern that they used. I'm doing the same, basically the same thing. And so all my pieces are pre-cut. And so one of the things that they said for the hospital grade is they really need to know the difference between the front and the back. And so I normally would never do this, but I'm going to allow this to be the inside piece. And so I'm going to use the back side of the material, so it's a little bit lighter. So what you'll take two pieces of material like you normally would do, and you're going to put them together like this. And then you're going to take your measuring. Now it needs to be fairly centered, and so it's 6 inches across. So I make a mark at my 3 inch and down here too. And then I just use this to come all the way down so I can have it as straight as possible. And then I come up 2 inches and I draw a line there because that's where I'm going to stop on my sewing. Same thing on the other side. So what I've got is I'm going to sew here and here. So now I'm not a seamstress, so if any seamstresses watching this, don't get stressed out when you're watching me sew. I sew horrible, but whatever. It's all about the heart. All right, so you're just gonna come up to your line, and then you're gonna reverse it. You want it to be real strong right there, because that's gonna create the pocket that they need to put filters in. Then you come here, do the same thing. You can do it with my scissors. You can cut away these little pieces. You don't have to necessarily, but I'm going to go ahead and cut these away so they don't get in my way. Okay, now for this, you're just going to open it up. So what you'll have is this. This is the pocket that's going to go inside of the mask face. So my cuts are a little uneven, but it's okay. It all works out in the end. So if you want to, you can press it. I just make sure it's all the way in the seam, and I just kind of hold it down and push it down. It works good. Then of course, this is what you want on the outside, so that's going to go inside here because we're going to flip it in just a second. And I just pin it to make sure it kind of all stays together. Now this is the same exact, from this point on is exactly how the Deaconess pattern is that I use, okay? So these are hair ties, and this is what they showed on the other Deaconess thing. So that's what we'll follow from here, and that's what you've been doing, then it'll be super easy for you. Now because my cut's uneven, I have to make sure that I sew that right where it needs to be sewn so I don't mess it up. So I will. Here you're just going to come back and meet yourself in the center again. Now I'm going to come down a little bit because I don't think it was very straight, and I just kind of line it up. And then just cut off all your little tags, little strings. Okay, now this is what the mask will look like. You just fold it inside out here, or outside in here. Okay, so this is your mask, and there's the little pocket right there that they can put filters in. Now from here, now you can do one of two things. I have pipe cleaners. You can use these if you want, and so you only need about that much. Just because I've been doing it this way, I'm gonna finish those out. But I did buy this today, and this is a 20 gauge beading wire. And these are pretty pliable, and so this would also work, and they'll probably fit in there pretty easily. It just goes right in there across the top. And so I'm gonna show you how I do it. I've seen lots of different ways that people do it. If you do pipe cleaners, the ends are kind of pointy, so I just bend these in because I wanna be able to move it around when I get it inside of here. And I just put it at the top. Good sewers probably measure, but I don't because I'm not a seamstress, I'm a nurse. So that's about even. And so what I do is I just pin it to keep it kind of at the top because I don't want it to fall forward. And then I'm going to create like a little mini box here. And so there's the end of my little pipe cleaner. So I'm going to go to that side right there, to the left of it. And I'm just going to do just a simple stitch down and then back. And then I've been just doing it twice because I just want to make sure that it gets locked in there. Just cut that little extra off. And I do the same thing on the other side. If you hear my kid smacking her lips, it's because she's eating ice cream behind the camera. So how annoying is that? Anyway, so it's encased in there just like that, okay? Sometimes if the ends like to flare down, so I'll just put that in there just to keep it in place. Then from this point, actually I'm gonna do it on the other side. I'm gonna do it over here. So just keep it in place at the top while you're getting your pleats put in. Now, again, really good seamstresses probably use the iron and make these nice pretty pleats, and I will do that, but for the sake of time, I'm not gonna do that right now, but I'm just gonna show you. I put a pleat here, and you really wanna grab the middle here and try to pleat it through the middle because you want the mouthpiece to be kind of covered up. And then I'll just put this last pleat right at the top there. And I'll just do the same on the other side. I just kind of pull it taut to make sure that my ends are about the same. This one looks a little tighter, so I'm going to loosen it up some. Okay. All right. This is your inside of the mask. There's your little pocket that's in there that will all be sewn in there. so that they'll be able to put a filter. And from here, I'll bring this. Now this will, I'm just going to bring this along here. And it's going to box that in. Here. And then this is just pretty straightforward here. Now, the recommendation, of course, is for you to do a double seam, and you really need to, because if they're washing these, it will hold up much better. So, a lot of people are doing a double seam and making it really obvious, and it looks really cute, but I'm not that good. So, I tend to try to sew right on top of my seam. Otherwise, it's a big, fat mess, and all I'll have is two really crooked lines. So, that's what we're going to try to do here. And that, in a nutshell, is what you do. So, this is the inside. There's the little hole that they can put their stuff in. And then if you want to iron these pleats, they tend to hold up a little bit better for them, and that's it.